Greetings. Today we are discussing different types of attacks that could threaten the hospital and the types of attacks we might need to look out for. This information is important because this could be the difference between keeping the hospital protected and a potential breach. Before discussing the type of bad actors and the types of attacks they might attempt, we want to look at the difference between a threat and a vulnerability. A threat is a malicious act that seeks to steal or damage data or discompose the digital network or system. Vulnerabilities are flaws in a system's design, security procedure, internal controls, etc. that can be exploited by cybercriminals. Script kiddies are individuals who are novice or entry-level hackers who are not seeking to learn or understand the exploits they use. These individuals will tend to use pre-made programs that do not require any skill or forethought into conducting those attacks. Two attacks from script kiddies include website defacement and phishing. Website defacement use skills such as web development and hypertext markup language to deface a website and cause the victim damage to their image. Another attack would be phishing through social engineering. This would look like an email with a pre-made malicious link or file that would allow the script kiddie access to sensitive data. Hacktivists are attackers who are seeking to use cyber attacks to further their social or political ends. Attacks from these types of individuals may be DOS or DDoS attacks and doxing. Denial of service or direct denial of service are used to flood systems with traffic and overwhelm resources, causing difficulty for users to access networks. Another attack is called doxing, where the hacker will gather information about a person or organization to make it public, violating HIPAA and damaging our credibility. Insider threats are trusted users with access to protected resources who abuse or put the organization's security at risk. While these types of attacks can be unintentional as well, we are focusing on what intentional attacks may look like. Two types of attacks with insider threats are data theft and privilege abuse. Data theft is the most widespread and diverse technique. This could be due to financial gain or even revenge by a disgruntled employee. Privilege abuse is when someone uses their elevated privileges to upload data to unprotected cloud services, create backdoors, edit, or even delete activity logs. Cyber terrorists and cyber criminals are next on the list of attackers. I have combined both as they are equally dangerous and have slightly different motivations, but ultimately are the same level of threat. Cyber terrorists are terrorist hackers, whether domestic or foreign, that seek to cause fear and physical, social, or political damage in the populace. One attack by cyber terrorists is using computer malware to gain access to network infrastructure for the purposes of system failure and mass fear. Another attack would be ransomware, which would force the hospital to not have access to vital systems unless we pay that ransom. Cybercriminals also like to use ransomware because it helps them gain money. Cybercriminals tend to focus more on the financial gain, much like organized crime, than causing fear. Two attacks we might see from them would be SQL injections and malicious flash drives. SQL injections use structured query language, or SQL, to interject malicious code into the database for the purposes of stealing sensitive data and eroding confidence in the organization. Malicious flash drives are very dangerous in that cybercriminals will intentionally drop flash drives in high traffic areas near the target or mail flash drives to companies in hopes of someone accessing those malicious files. Lastly, of all the bad actors out there, the ones that are among the most dangerous are APTs, or Advanced Persistent Threats. These groups of individuals are typically state-sponsored and will spend long campaigns utilizing attacks such as zero-day attacks and supply chain attacks. A zero-day attack is when a hacker takes advantage of software or network vulnerabilities that a vendor or developer was unaware of. These types of attacks may be done in conjunction with supply chain attacks. Supply chain attacks happen when the attacker specifically targets outside providers that have access to your data and systems. This would look like a third-party distributor having access to sensitive systems from a popular software program. Regardless of the types of attacks that we may see, we must all be vigilant in identifying and stopping these attacks from happening or from causing things to get worse.